Welcome to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Well, conservative firebrand Marjorie Taylor Greene, she has sparked an uproar in right-wing media, and that comes in the aftermath of her controversial comments that she made while on left-wing media shows. And we're going to break this down shortly, but before we do, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she cut her teeth and she rose to fame in right-wing media by being a staunch supporter of President Donald Trump. And she has been one of the most provocative voices out there for the America First cause. She has been MAGA through and through. But now she's getting a lot of flack from MAGA supporters who saw her appearance on Bill Maher's show. They didn't like what she had to say about the shutdown or about Obamacare. And let's take a look at that before we break this down.
I mean, I would love to know what the Republicans really want to do about health care, which is the premiums are going to go up tomorrow.
Me too. I'm waiting for the plan. I haven't seen it yet. That's been a lot of my angst. So a lot of the things I say are against my own party, but they're mainly my frustrations in Congress. I believe that Congress should be solving a lot of these problems. However, Congress is not solving these problems, and I have Republican leadership. You know, looking at Obamacare, it was passed in 2010. It went into place in 2014, and premiums have skyrocketed ever since. It was good for some that couldn't afford health insurance or couldn't get health insurance. But for the middle class, small business owners, people that had to buy their own insurance, it has crushed them. And so I've been demanding
Obamacare has crushed them? Obamacare is what's hurt them?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, for example, when Obamacare went into place, it took my own family of five health insurance policy from $800 a month to over $2,400 a month, more than our mortgage payment. And that's what so many people have experienced over all these years. But here's the big problem, is it's about to skyrocket in January of 2025. Here's why I'm angry. The Democrats passed Obamacare, but yet the Republicans have never done anything to correct the problems that exist with it. And I blame my own party. That's absolutely wrong. And I don't think it's an easy thing to fix. However, it's something that we should have a plan for. And Mike Johnson, for a month now, cannot give me a single policy idea. And I'm angry about that.
Is this your understanding of Obamacare, that it raises?
I have to first start by saying I didn't suspect that I would come on and say I agree with Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene. But I do on that. I do on this issue.
Now, people might not like what Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say about Obamacare or about her defense of herself in terms of what's been called a sexist remarks. I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is recognizing the elephant in the room, that healthcare costs have exploded and something has to be done about it. That doesn't mean supporting Obamacare in perpetuity, because quite frankly, it has decimated the insurance agencies across the country. It has led to skyrocketing costs, and that was the intention behind Obamacare when it was passed. The Democrats did not want to provide a solution to higher healthcare costs. They wanted them to explode so that they could crater the system and have single payer. And we saw videos arise during the Obamacare flap that suggested that it was totally a ruse designed to get to single payer. And during the COVID pandemic, there were subsidies that were passed through the Congress that artificially kept the Obamacare costs lower for those who use it. And so these subsidies would be coming to an end if the Republican Party was able to pass its version of a continuing resolution and then a budget. And this is a lot of problems for those who are on the ACA, which is, tens of millions of Americans that rely on it. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is recognizing what people in her district are saying, and she is feeling the heat from it. And obviously, a lot of poor people, for right or wrong, rely on the government to keep these healthcare costs down. Well, here's the thing. We need to go back to free market principles, because if you track the Great Society under LBJ and the way that Medicare and Medicaid were implemented and put it alongside of healthcare costs in the United States, it has exploded them. They track almost perfectly. So government intervention has caused the market to be grossly distorted and has led to exorbitant costs, along with the frivolous lawsuits and a lot of the litigation in this country, and obviously some of that's justified. So these factors have caused the U.S. healthcare system to be grossly expensive, one of the worst in the world. We have the worst of both worlds. We have an expensive system, and we have a lot of debt. And, well, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she at least raises a good issue, and we can debate that ourselves, but I think the solution to this Obamacare debacle, and obviously the Democrats rammed it down our throats, is to simply repeal it. And I don't know why the Republican Party can't make a forceful argument to repeal Obamacare. It is we just can't afford it. The U.S. economy will implode eventually. We are at $36-37 trillion in debt already, and some of the most debt-laden countries in the world have single-payer health care. So, weigh in with your thoughts. We always appreciate hearing from you at Explain America.